Hello, quilty faves. I have got a treasure up here on the quilting bed for you. Isn't she gorgeous? So beautiful. Drunkard's Path, put in the sunburst design. My mother actually made this. She made all the quilts that are on the walls out here of the quilting studio, plus many, many more. Now, this actually is a gift for her grandson and his wife, who happens to be my eldest son, and his beautiful wife. His favorite color is purple, and hers is kind of an electric blue. So how much more perfect can this get? Really, the design she put on here is absolutely stunning. Drunkard's Path is a challenge because you have a concave and a convex curve all the way through. Look at the backing. Really, it just is absolutely perfect for this quilt. Purple and blue, it had to happen. There are some things about the backing that had to change. The quilt itself is 106 by 106. Hello! And the backing was a 108 by 108. So Mama actually left that with me. I live in Yuma, Arizona. She lives in Oregon. She brought the quilt. We went out and found the backing together, and we found an extra piece to go with it. So I literally added a piece here, which I realize now didn't have to be so large, but at the time it seemed like it did, and it's what I had left over, so it's perfectly fine. But it gave me something to grip on the side in case you were going to have to run into that. And I added a large swath to the top. Now, if you've watched enough of my channel, you'll know I want to start the quilt up inside of that extra piece. I don't want the quilt to end up right on that seam. And as I rolled it, I actually had loaded it the other way. And as I rolled it, when it got to the end, it was basically going to land right on top of that pieced section that I had put at the bottom. So I stopped, I took the entire backing off, I turned it over, so that piece is now way up inside of here, and that seam is running right along here. So now it looks like it's incorporated into the quilt. I used a lot of it inside of there, and the quilt will end up having plenty of room as I come down toward the bottom. I've rolled it down, and I should have about 4 or 5 inches at the bottom. I did put leader fabrics at the top and the bottom to give myself something to grip. You can see it right there, because I wanted to be able to use as much of the quilt fabric backing as possible. So I did do that. I auditioned a variety of designs I thought might look pretty nice on here, and ultimately I chose a new one that I have called crop circles. Look at it, isn't it fun? It's just a really fun circular design, and I went with a variety, but I decided to go with this one. And what's really fun is I was able to get this crop circle almost perfectly inside of here. I tried, it almost turned out perfect, but it's really fun to see. And so as it goes down and I find the next one, like right here, it'll try to be inside of there as well. This is one that hooks inside of each other. So I'll show you here. See if you can see. This is the bottom of this one right here, which means the whole next row will have a piece that fits up inside of there. Each one connects inside of the one above it. So it's a really fun nesting design. Now, because it's a nesting design, I am doing an all over design, but I'm also doing it in a repeat pattern. And the reason for that is because I really am cutting it off right at the edge, right over here. See how it's kind of finishing itself off at the edge of the quilt? I'm telling the design on the machine to actually cut it off right there so it blends out as best as possible right over into that. I will be doing the binding on this quilt as well. So in the end, I will end up using the extra fabric to make the binding, so you can stay tuned for that as well. I told you some things about the backing and a variety of options there. And I wanted to show you the pressing job right here. On the pressing, she chose, my mom did, chose to press them all in this particular fashion. I have seen at times that people will do it back and forth, so they nest. So you have some options when you're doing this type of a quilt. And if you're going to do a Drunkard's Path and you want to chat about it ahead of time, we can totally have that conversation. My friends, have you done Drunkard's Path? What do you think about this beautiful design right here? Do you like purple and blue? I don't know, who doesn't? All right, have an amazing quilty day.